Hello, welcome. Is another episode of Motivational Tonic, and this program is designed to inspire you to continue to live at the peak of your life. Today, I want to discuss on what I call little steps. You see, in every single thing that we do, or every big result we desire to achieve, if you trace it backward, you are going to see little steps that every individual take for them to achieve that big result. And little steps are very, very important. I've come to realize that when you take a little step from the beginning, you'll find out that you will achieve the result, and it's going to be at a pace that will not push you out of alignment. Now, what am I trying to say? Every stage of our life has its own distractions, has its own pressure, and if you can, between those distractions and pressure, was able to come up with some little steps for that particular result you want, before you know it, it becomes a holistic result. Also, let's give for an example that someone that desires to read 12 books in a year. If you desire to read 12 books in a year, if you don't break down those 12 books to little steps, little from books, how you can be able to finish one book using time, then you may not end up reading those 12 books. There's a time I used to find it difficult to read a book, and I was looking for the best way to go about it. And I got a simple secret, and it worked. And it was the secret I got from this particular topic of little step. The only thing I did was, every book I want to read, I first of all check how many chapters does this book have. And if I get how many chapters the book has, I can now decide on how long it's going to take me to finish a chapter. And I'm going to break it down to how many of the pages I need to read in a day. So by the time I decide it that way, and I make effort to be able to keep up to that, before you know it, I finish the book. And because when we look at things at the holistic picture, it becomes so demoralizing, it becomes so intimidating that most times we don't know where to start from. But the only way to start from anything big is by breaking it down to little steps. If you break it down to little steps, you will definitely achieve that result. And another thing is this: everybody that you see today, because sometimes when I look at very wealthy people and I look at how much they have been able to make, and I ask myself question, with this place where I am, when will I be able to get to the level where these people are? And the only answer to that is little steps. If you can continue to have those little steps, and those little steps continue to multiply to something big, and you are going to get something bigger. Let me give you another example. I remember those days as a student, I was running a business and it was affecting my studies, and I decided to dedicate 2 hours of every day to study my academic books. I realized that 2 hours every day was more than enough for me to make a first class. So little steps, as little as they may be, if you can cherish little steps, you are going to be achieving so much every single year. It's just like this year, if you can dedicate 2 hours every day for your career, imagine how many hours you'll be able to must have dedicated for the entire year on your career, and no one can ever match you in that career if you can spend 2 hours in developing yourself in your career. So I'm going to see you again in another episode, but before you leave now, go home, go right now, sit down and check the things you need to begin to dedicate little effort on, so that you can become a big one in future. See you in next episode. Bye.